The discovery of an ancient skull has revealed clues that could shake up the accepted theories of human evolution.
1.8 million years old, this skull may do nothing less than rewrite the history of humanity.
The extraterrestrials, they had elongated heads. And in my opinion, the extraterrestrials were the giants, and they had sex with humans. And slowly, for generation, we became smaller.
Surrounded by darkness and dense wilderness, the mysterious woodlands always shelter the unknown, either uncanny truths from the past or peculiar life forms, defying explanations. Join us for the scary discoveries made in forests that shock the whole world.
The discovery of an ancient skull has revealed clues that could shake up the accepted theories of human evolution.
In an archaeological excavation held in the Soviet Republic of Georgia, scientists unearthed a remarkably preserved human skull dating back 1.8 million years. Surprisingly, its features depicted the time span between Homo habilis and Homo erectus, offering a glimpse into human evolution. The dental structure revealed adaptations for a varied diet and granted space for further research.
Almost perfectly complete skull, and because of that, it has a lot of interesting information.
This groundbreaking discovery is believed to provide credibility to the evolutionary transitions reshaping our understanding of human origins and development over millennia. Let's see what new theories we encounter next. Volcano victims. Excavators in Pompeii discovered human remains from the house of the painters at work. They were found in areas affected by catastrophic events. According to anthropologists, they were people in their mid-50s who had given up on their lives due to natural disasters. If you have a closer look, you will see this human skeleton has his arm and shoulder bones stuck to its face, hinting at his attempt to rescue himself. Researchers are hoping to find more remains of this ancient disaster that could provide insight into their daily life. T-Rex skeleton. A batch of fresh graduates wishing to witness some huge elephants roaming in a tranquil forest stumbled upon this never-imagined discovery, a legit big skeleton. The enormous size of the bones scream their origin back to the dinosaur era, probably a T-Rex skeleton. However, the crew was well aware of wildlife rules and did not exploit the sacred integrity of the gigantic bones, which had respectably embraced the soil below. A team of professionals was informed about the location and exported the remains to a science lab for further research. Unidentified bones.
I actually just found some in the grass right where I was sitting before.
Between the grassy shadows, a young boy determined to find something flabbergasting for his YouTube channel came across these abandoned remains. It started with a skull, then a leg bone, an arm, and the counting did not stop any sooner. The kid kept on piling the bones one by one.
So now we're just gonna go ahead and start collecting them.
And strangely, it can become a whole human when put together. On top of this spooky collection, he also ran into an animal skull with horns intact on both sides. However, being not so well experienced, the identity of the skull remained confusing. The audience detected it to be an antelope brain case near its final decay. Is it an antelope skull? Bigfoot skull revealed.
Found a skull, or a bone, or something of some sort right here.
Two enthusiastic content creators in search of something captivating stumbled upon a primate skull in the Pacific Northwest taking showers from the nearby water body.
See that, like, eye cavity sticking up?
Yep, that definitely is a skull.
One fellow quickly dug it out of the sticky mud and could not hold back his excitement.
Holy cow, dude, that is not a bear.
He secretly hid the skeleton in his backpack and transported it to his home. It was his first thought to be the skull of a big bear. But after studying it thoroughly, he changed his opinion and claimed it to be a remaining part of the mythical Bigfoot.
We all really want to believe that Bigfoot is real. I do too.
However, many conservationists and paleontologists have debunked this explanation, and it is yet to be confirmed to whom the skull belongs. Emaciated stag.
here. But whoops.
Oh no, there goes the tooth.
Oh my goodness. We'll put those back in.
Yeah, right.
While looking for a perfect camping site in the woods, two friends found some scattered bones. Intrigued to know more, they organized the bones, only to find that it was a deer skull.
That is incredible.
Holy.
The decaying tooth kept falling off again and again. Yet the good part was that it was quite old and did not smell. But hold on, there's more to uncover. Besides was a rib cage, lying peacefully, whispering tales of the bygone era.
That is terrifying right there. That is a rib cage.
The adventurers detected that it was the remains of the same deer.
My goodness.
No. That is a jaw right there.
The poor soul might have been eaten up by an empty stomach carnivore. Bog corpse.
So well preserved made them believe that there was a recently dead person, and so they called the police.
Back in 2017, some hardworking farmers in a faraway Danish wetland found an old body while digging. This well-preserved bog body bore evidence of a noose tightly marked around its neck. Promptly reported to authorities, the body was transported to the National Museum of Denmark in Copenhagen.
In Europe, where you've got the entire body, you've got the innards, you've got the brain, but most important for me is you've got their facial expressions.
Experts examining the remains made a chilling revelation. This unfortunate individual had met his end through foul play nearly 2,400 years ago. The cold weather in the bog surroundings froze the corpse, keeping it in an excellent state of preservation. Golem. If Golem could have a baby, this is probably what it would look like. This footage that was anonymously uploaded shows a tiny humanoid baby with a tail and other animal features. It could only be described as a Golem Jr. due to the resemblance with a fictional character. It had a tail with narrow hairlines, starting from its head to its back, with two huge sharp teeth visible coming out of its mouth. According to the source of the video, it was found lying in the middle of a woodland. Whether it was expired or just napping also remains a mystery. Gorilla skulls. A group of tourists exploring the mysterious woods thought of resting in a nearby shelter when they made this most unexpected discovery, a cache of skulls. There were a total of 3 skulls, each displaying intricate carvings and symbols hinting at some ancient rituals of face paintings. The mystery deepens as no unknown gorilla rituals or human activities were ever recorded in this area, leaving them puzzled and terrified. To solve the enigma, the brain cases were sent for analysis, and astonishingly 2 of them turned out to be the skulls of a male and female gorilla, while the third one belonged to a human. Dwarf house. In the woods near the Middlebury town, a wanderer found an extra small house. I don't know what you have to say, but it surely reminded me of the dwarves from Snow White. Being called the Little People's Village, the house holds many stories. Some say it was made by witches who wanted to hunt fairies, whereas some articulated that it was built by a kind man who had seen tiny creatures from a distance and had made a shelter for them. Other skeptics said that it was merely an amusement stunt. Volley of dolls. Dolls suspended from trees like silent sentinels frozen. The island was first discovered in the late 1950s with thousands of dolls hanging on the trees by people believing it would ward off evil from their lives. But in between stands a major twist. The guy who had started this practice was believed to have passed away mysteriously on the same island, leaving the place desolated. Since then, the numerous dolls are covered with layers of cobwebs and insects, making it all much more creepy, yet a frequently visited tourist site. Mysterious posters.
Look what these are. What the is going on in here?
In early October 2016, a hiker in search of a perfect campsite entered these woods in Berkeley. What he saw was not even expected in the worst of his nightmares. Multiple different missing person posters taped on trees. He started recording but could not withstand the petrifying environment and was left with many bulging questions. According to authorities, they were Halloween decorations, but the founder was not satisfied. According to him, the posters were of real people. He also said that he had seen a fire pit near the woods, hinting at human activities. The curious fellow revisited the location, but still could not find any solid evidence.
I saw what looked like a fire pit. Now remember, we're still in the woods. We're still in the woods.
Medieval teenager. Under the roots of a storm-affected tree, a skeleton was unearthed to reveal the creepy secrets. The archaeologists gathered data for their research, and the skeleton was found to be a male teenager who lived in the Middle Ages. According to researchers, the position and condition of the skeletal hands and ribs hinted at a fierce incident. The storm proved to be a blessing in disguise for the deceased because his remains were transported to a cemetery. However, some said that it was not true, as the skeleton was buried at an isolated site because of the ongoing controversies regarding it. Dragon caught live. In leaked video footage dating back to May 2017 in Congo, Africa, a group of researchers stumbled upon a creature that had left the world astir. The discovery has sparked speculation about the existence of a new, seemingly extinct species, leading to a heated debate among onlookers. Some have referred to it as a dragon, while others have drawn parallels to the legendary Mokila Momiba. The mysterious video has rapidly circulated, leaving many baffled by the implications of such a revelation. The potential that dinosaurs, once thought extinct, might still exist. Unidentified bat-like animal.
¿Cómo se podría decir? Como un timón para volar.
Initially, many might make this out to be a bat when it is believed to actually be something else. A resident of a small town in Zambia discovered this bizarre bat-like creature under his vehicle's bonnet. It had a lengthier body with wings much smaller than that of any known bat, while it looked to have been crushed. Interestingly, it had little to no visible organs and no signs of them to have been extracted out either. With these factors in mind, the possibility of it being a bat is ruled out, bringing back the question of what this entity could be. War artifacts. In 2004, a group of researchers, while searching for something peculiar, came across these amazing war artifacts. A French bottle, a part of a helmet, and a few other confusing weapons were lying neglected for quite a time. An archaeologist, being a part of this team, guessed that the remains were from the Battle of Verdun, which took place between Germany and France, as the relics found were similar to the German weapons used at that time. However, the museum professionals were alarmed and instructed the remnants to be transported to the designated art gallery. Forest canine. Despite its resemblance to a chihuahua, this is a different creature. While a camper was preparing a camping spot for the night, a peculiar canine-like animal interrupted him. Peeking between two broad branches of a tree, it had dark purple shaded skin, a tiny head, and extremely long ears, stretching in opposite directions as it stared at the camper. It didn't display aggression or fear, just curiosity, and vanished shortly after being noticed. Abandoned hospital. In a forgotten corner of woods, the haunted hospital was found. The story is of Welch Spring Hospital, also popular as the Missouri Sanatorium, was established in the 1900s for the patients of tuberculosis. Aged people surrounding the area said it had worked for 40 years before getting closed in the 1940s. Some say it closed down after finding an antibiotic for diseases, while others argues it stopped due to wild experimental procedures causing chaos. Today, the mystery lingers, with wanderers claiming to see ghostly apparitions and feel supernatural vibes nearby. Witch hut.
I'm near some hunting lodge, looking like a witch's hut.
Some students looking for raccoons as a part of their final project stumbled across this haunted hut. The neighboring area was completely barren with a single wooden hut. One of the explorers claimed it to be the Salem Witch Hut. The comment had not made it the scariest until their eyes reached the top of it. There was a strange skull with horns. Its intricate carvings hinted at some tribal reference that the students were unable to conceive. Shortly after this discovery, heavy rain started, and the future scholars retired from the ill-omened forest, leaving the mystery unresolved.
Let's take a closer look. Actually, a witch lives here.
Awa Man. Amazon forests never stop revealing their secrets. A guy trolling near the woods encountered a man with an exceptional getup. He was a young man aged 18 to 22, adorned in his traditional garb, gazing warily at the cameraman. Despite the language barrier, a silent conversation was carried out, and the explorer granted the man his privacy. He recognized him as a man from the Awa tribe. Since the community preferred living in seclusion without any foreign intrusions, he decided to maintain their practice and left after making the clip. Alien in the woods. I bet I would have thrown away my camera on seeing this supernatural creature. A cameraman had excitedly gathered children from his village near the Amazon forest to make the best vlog of his life. It was during the first few seconds of his shot that his legs started trembling, as what he saw was hard to believe. An adult alien standing, leaning back to the tree. The exotic, on knowing that he was being recorded, showed no movement and then suddenly disappeared into the air. The children were immediately sent to their homes, and the locale was marked as an exclusive zone forever. Bronze Stonehenge. Stonehenge is a big deal because it changed what we thought about the Amazon region in the past. Even though there were lots of people there, we used to think they didn't do much important stuff. But now, these big stones called megaliths suggest the Amazon was a center for complex societies. These megaliths, made about 2,000 years ago, cover a huge area, showing there was a big settlement. And guess what? There are cool geometric designs on the stones that look like constellations in the sky. It's like the Amazon has its own ancient story to tell. Ponyhenge Circle. In the heart of Massachusetts lies a site called Ponyhenge Circle. It is famous for its abandoned rocking horses, which mysteriously appeared for the first time in 2010. Due to their positioning in a circle, viewers often relate it to Stonehenge. However, the origin of these ponies remains unknown. Residents living across the premises believe that the first pony was brought here after a Halloween party, and since then their number has increased to more than 30. Others see it as a portal to magic. Whatever the truth, Ponyhenge is decorated to its very best every Christmas, with people cherishing the scene. Evil Trail. You might not take it seriously, but you have got to believe your eyes. This wide ring, situated in the woods of North Carolina, is said to be a trapping ground. Some doubters believe it's like Satan's hangout on Earth, where he thinks up evil plans to put into people's hearts. None of the explorers, after knowing this, dared enter the circle. No plants were ever seen growing here, and it has been more than a century that even the campers have refused to pitch tents closely to the unholy sphere. Even the dogs repelled to go near the cursed area. Circling statues. In an English town, Essex, a sight is worth watching. The numerous statuesque skeletons as guardians of the forgotten past are seen engaged in amusing activities. Here's a blue statue of a woman holding an umbrella telling her mythical tale, whereas extraterrestrials lying in a circle seem to be having their yoga session. This place is famous for the Henley Festival. Over 30,000 tourists come here to enjoy the celebration with famous artists enlightening the event. Flying Terrasaur.
What the was that?
The rumored sighting of a creature resembling a pterosaur over Boise, Idaho in September 2015 has stirred curiosity and debate. Despite the video's lower quality, it prompts questions about the potential existence of living fossils. Terrasaurs, prehistoric flying reptiles, were thought to be extinct for millions of years. If this sighting truly captures a pterosaur, it raises the possibility of a surviving population, or the idea that these creatures somehow remain dormant or preserved. The authenticity of such claims often remains a subject of debate within the scientific community. Creepy bird. Out of all bird species, this one appears to be an owl, if not one already. While hiking, a man encountered this peculiar bird perched on a fence. Its owl-like appearance initially fooled him until he realized owls usually stay hidden during the day and its eyes were different. Seeking answers, he recorded and shared the footage online, but the bird's identity remains a mystery. If you have information about this bird, share it with us in the comments below. Crooked Spine Forest. This grove of oddly shaped spine trees in Poland may not be the perfect camping site for all. An estimated 100 bent pine trees stand bending sharply towards the north, slightly above the surface, and then back upright after a sideways excursion of 3 to 9 feet. It was deduced that they were planted in 1930, but they turned out to be a failed attempt. Others said that trees were intentionally planted in such a manner to collect naturally curved timber. However, according to meteorologists, it could be the result of a natural disaster. And with all these swaying commentaries, the wait of the viewers to hear the unconcealed has not yet come to an end. Venomous Hunter. In the middle of dusky woods, a story of eerie stillness unfolds. A breathless snake lay engulfing a deer head as a testament to its failed predation attempt. The searchers said that the anaconda, being too allured by the beauty of its prey, had neglected the tangling nature of grass and had later got jammed in that position until its demise. However, 4 frogs thrived on the serpent's body, enjoying their refuge. The boundaries between the prey and predator had gone blur, lending us a real-life example of food chain cycles. Wiggly woolly worm.
So now can you see the gargantuanness of this thing?
Is it a fallen baby alien? The tiny haired creature was observed in the Amazonian rainforest with the help of flashlights until a man dared to hold it in his hand for a closer look. The creeper started whispering at certainly low decibels, telling tales of its existence.
What 1980s horror movie?
And turned out to be a caterpillar species never documented before. Its inner side spotted intricate patterns similar to the ancient glyphs, hinting at its mysterious origin. Failing to find any hard and fast facts about the caterpillar, it was set free to enjoy its natural habitat. Titanogator. In the murky bowels of Lake Florida, this extraordinary huge alligator was strange enough to send shrills deep down your spine. This modern version of dinosaur was observed spreading across the lake just to disturb the calm surface. Estimated to be more than 6 feet long, the immense-sized animal with its massive jaws and dragon-like pointed tail was preparing to swim in the water. As the spectators sought its origin, the Leviathan became a symbol of untamed wilderness. Present-day mammoth.
There is some video that has gone viral on the internet. It claims to show an animal that went extinct 4,000 years ago, still alive and in the wild.
In the chilling depths of Siberia, a Russian government officer came across a hidden lake where he was amazed to find a mammoth. Excitedly, he recorded the big animal on his camera and shared the video online. The officer's pal said that they were either being pranked by him or it was an optical illusion, but the board member was adamant on seeing a real-life woolly mammoth.
People say it's a hoax, but others claim it could be evidence that woolly mammoth.
He planned on sending the video to the wildlife department for an official response, which would satisfy his curiosity. What do you think? Didn't the mammoths become extinct 4,000 years ago? self-moving rock. Apart from having legs and the will to move, this rock needs some kind of soul first to move. This clip, showing a glowing and more self-moving rock clip, went viral, leaving many to wonder what it actually is. The footage starts with a man who opens up his bag to a rock that's partially glowing, moments before it starts to move around all over the place once it is out of the bag. From it being a rock that's moved by some magic, or maybe it is some creature that looks more like a rock, no one holds the explanation as to what this may or may not have been. Loch Ness Monster. There's this mythical creature called Makali Mumbi, rumored to be in the Congo jungle in Africa. People say it's like a huge dinosaur and has been seen around human places. Even though the story has been around for a long time, in June 2021, someone claimed to have seen it, and that got everyone talking again. People are still debating if it's real and what it's like. The whole idea of Makali Mumbi is a big mystery that grabs the attention of those who like strange creatures and stories. Electrical stone. As poor and forsaken as Africa is often considered to be, it seems to hold some of the most valuable rare material resources on the planet. In January 2023, locals from Monano, a remote town in the Congo's Tanganyika province, recently shared a remarkable discovery, where a small cluster of stones was emitting mysterious electric energy. The discovery went viral, as many rumored it to be a real-life vibranium. The stones, dark in color with a smooth, glossy surface, appear to be composed of an unidentified mineral, which the two men used to light a bulb on contact. A single gram of this rock can power a light bulb for over 72 hours, and a kilogram for 2 months. Orange ape. In the lush forest of Indonesia, a group of tourists came across a scene straight out of a wildlife documentary. A colossal orangutan on its random trolling. The enthusiastic group began chasing the great ape. However, it appeared that the ape wasn't pleased to encounter its hump cousins and concluded the meeting by gently swinging its body with its long arms. Do you wish to witness such an encounter to pin it down in your jungle diaries? Strange deer. Either this deer is possessed, or it is trying to grab the attention of the man passing by it. Observing the weird behavior forced the guy to get closer and check out the reason. Turns out the poor animal was suffering from CWD disease, and the extremely swift movement suggested it was going through distress. The wildlife authorities were informed about the incident, and the animal was moved to a secure place to avoid the widespread of this fatal disease. Snake shed. In the summer of 2016, a guy unearthed a colossal snake shed near town. The several feet-long snake shed became a sensation among the locals and wildlife experts. According to zoologists, it was a green female anaconda aged between 10 to 12 years. These reptiles are said to usually inhabit tropical forests, and this sighting of the anaconda in town sparked both fear and fascination among the residents. However, it is assumed that the serpent was bred by some neighbors and then released into the world. Alien fetus. This red, flashy egg-like sac was thought to be an alien egg incubator. A lady posted this picture on her Twitter account with the caption, "Alien eggs hatching in the new forest." The update led to a flock of social media users. commenting on it as an alien being branded for nightmares. Some suggested if the egg was even real. However, botanists explained it was a woodland fungus of a plant called devil fingers, and its claw-like tendrils with odors similar to rotten flesh. Corpse flower. Having carvings of dark red color and a furry appearance with whiskers and teeth, the creature breathing heavily is no less than a sight of a buried demon's reincarnation. This weird thing you are seeing in the video is Amorpholis titanium, a corpse flower. Having no leaves and a surface tough and full of warts, the flower is a deadly parasite. Its body rests with the lina tissues, upon which it feeds for 5 years before becoming the world's largest flower.
And here it is. Wow! Look at the size of this flower.
Okapi. If you are thinking the animal you have just seen is a hybrid, you are wrong. This unique yet beautiful creature is called Okapi. Its long neck and legs with striped hindquarters are suspected of being a cross between a giraffe and a zebra that inhabit the Congo forests. However, the fauna is not a hybrid, but a solitary member of the giraffe family with its own evolutionary history. Unfortunately, a warning decline in their population adds them to the red list, and the wildlife management looks forward to implementing conservation strategies at the earliest possible. Wood frogs. Canada is no doubt the land of many wonderful creatures, and one of them is this wood frog that has stunned the scientific community with its unique technique to hibernate. It is unable to travel long distances to escape Canada's winter, so it turns itself into an ice cube. It does this by freezing 70% of its body, and also stops its heartbeat and breathing, and literally becomes a frog sickle. Due to this suspended state, it is often dubbed the living dead by biologists. Yet this kind of extreme adaptation is not harmful to this amphibian, as it comes back to life with summer, and this hibernation cycle continues again next winter. Mystery box. Mysteries are to unravel, but some remain a mystery forever. In 1962, a lumberjack and his friends in the Canadian woods found a white box hung with a parachute on a tree. On analyzing it, 2 cameras were found inside. The researchers were still intrigued about the object when the CIA confiscated it, mentioning it as a weather balloon. However, the audience did not settle down until 2017, when the gadget was titled as a part of a secret political project. It's time for today's open discussion. During World War II, zoologist Ivan T. Sanderson was stationed at Shima Island, where his crew unearthed a cemetery while constructing an airstrip. Among the human remains discovered were crania measuring 22 to 24 inches, much larger than typical skulls. Each skull bore precise tree-panning marks, adding to the mystery. Speculations arose about the origins of these giant skulls, with some attributing them to North American giants descended from fallen angels. Despite possessing these curious relics, the Smithsonian Institution purportedly avoided displaying the data, making the tale of these giant skulls mystery to this date. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.